Yeah, in Italy they make a big deal about it. I'm just saying. You use paper. Italy you have to have the grano semolina.
I figure with all the allergies that people have and everything else, I'll just take a plain simple. Now, if you want to change the color of the pasta dough, you can always cream some spinach, add a little spinach to it. Spongili. No, never eat it. Then, get a piece of dough. I'm just going to use this. And if you notice it comes out, it's still a little wet. That's okay. Add a little flour. Fold.
Define a little wet. Is it sticky?
Gooey. Sticky.
Okay.
It's
Right.
not a flat one yet. Not flat even.
That's looking much better. Look at
See how
that.
nice it is?
It's
With a
already
little
making
flour.
a feta. Big pump.
Okay. And then I go halfway. Flour it again. Put it through.
You're good?
I'm never gonna go do this.
Oh, no, this is your job. This part, yeah?
The fettuccine can be as thick as you want it, as long as you want it, or as short as you want it.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
I know, it
So
makes
easy.
it, yeah, it
And
only
then you
took
take a
me
little bit of flour.
about 40 years of practice.
That was nice.
In the Decameron, there's already a mention of the ravioli. Now, that comes in, first off, that's in the Renaissance times. But there's evidence in the 1200s of there being mention of ravioli as well. And the 1200s fits for us perfectly because they're starting to make pasta. Why? Because Marco Polo's family had already been to China. And the myth that Marco Polo brought back the pasta is not far from wrong. Because if you've ever eaten dim sum and in Chinese restaurants, Drew and I went last night, I said, this is like Chinese ravioli. Anything filled with a kind of flour and filled with something else exists in cultures across the globe. And the ravioli family had a restaurant, a locanda, an inn, that people were able to go to. It was in the area around Bologna, which became most famous for its ravioli. And people could go from Milan to Venice and pass by that inn. And therefore, from there, they think the name of the family, Ravioli, turned it into a household word. I'm told he's Abruzzese. And I could show you where that is in a map. I'll get the map during the intermission.
Seasoning, salt, pepper, oregano, parsley, basil. You can put whatever seasonings you like, you can put in. Okay. And you basically just mix this all together.
And you see, ricotta, for example, that comes from Sicily. That's a Sicilian cheese. But it's yeah, ricotta is, and it means double cooked, ricotta. Cook is cotta and recooked.
And you know what's on the menu a lot is that cheese that's half mozzarella and half ricotta. What do they call it? Burrata? Yes, burrata. Is that
Oh,
what
burrata,
is?
that's
It's
a,
like
well, that's a fatty
mozzarella on the outside,
mozzarella, a
it's
butter
nice.
mozzarella,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm really impressed with the length and the width.
And how he did that, there's not a hole, not a rip, not a tear, nothing.
Amazing.
Okay,
Now
the
what are you
ends
doing
I cut
now?
off, and what I do with the ends is I make different shapes, different sizes, and we throw it in boiling water, and we eat this as we're making the ravioli. So then we're going to take our filling,
Okay, he's gonna, a little dab will do you, huh?
and then we're just going to roll it out. Then we're just going to fold it over,
Look how he does that.
okay? And because we'll stretch it out a little, it's dough, it's not going to break. Okay, so now it's covered.
Now, wait till you see how he does this. Because he has a machine.
A
He's
little
got
bit of
something
flour
special.
because you don't want it to stick to the table.
If there's one thing I'm taking away from tonight is more flour.
Yeah.
I think that's what I mean.
Now, look at this. Every wife needs a rolling pin.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. I didn't know
Not
that.
like this. Look at that.
That's wild.
bye.
So now we're just gonna ride the rails.
See, with the right tools, you can do anything.
My husband always says that. That's why he has lots of shit.
Full times.
Paper because of the fact that you can use several layers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring
And saran wrap will make a mess, right?
Saran wrap you don't want to use, wax paper, or if you ever go to the Christmas tree shop, you get that parchment paper. Here I'm using parchment paper, but I put it, well, you can boil it right now if you really want to. I normally let it sit for a while and just rest because
20 minutes?
45 minutes.
Caesar salad as a United States salad. Because it was invented in the United States, not Julius. Julius was a little earlier in time, as you know. But the funny part is that a man named Cesare, that's how we say Caesar in Italian, Cardini, in 1924 invented the Caesar salad on the 4th of July. Romaine lettuce, which is Roman, okay? Caesar was a Roman, correct, Antonio? And crostini. Now, we go and use the word in English, croutons, that's French. Crouton, if you know your Romance languages, is crostini in Italian, little pieces of baked bread. And Parmigiano cheese, which we have just had on our Alfredo sauce, correct? Perhaps an egg, which they don't use anymore because we can't use raw eggs in restaurants, as you all know, and sometimes anchovies. Old England, when the Romans came in like 300 AD, every place they had a castle was left in English as a chester. So Dorchester, Rochester, Worcester are all were Roman castles. Chester is castle
Gloucestershire.
in English from castle, okay? And so therefore Worcestershire sauce is really an Italian thing. Okay, now how many of you know Chef Patrick? Yay, this is our chef. He's beloved by everyone. And he's here to show us how he makes his very special and unique Caesar salad. A bowl out of cheese to put your Caesar salad into. That's his thing. And you can come up to watch. You can sit or come up, bring your wine with you. Now he's got his parmesan right there, and he's already heated up the pan. And look at this. He's going to put in a little parmesan. Oh, I can hear it sizzling. I can hear it sizzling. Medium heat. Very good. See, like I say, I got the words, but I don't know.
That's all you need there. You want to just get
Look
it
at that. You
brown
got
inside
it
here.
a little
So
bit
what
brown.
you do is you take a toothpick.
Look at that little thing drying over there. It looks like a little yarmulke. And there he's got the little cheese, his croutons.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's Parmesan, but he's putting Romano?
Yes, I asked him on purpose to put in Romano. You can use both
No?
interchangeably.
Okay, because Romano has the bite.
Only because it was Romano.
Oh, okay, and Romano has the bite.
Romano
Okay.
has the bite. And look at it. You see, when it
Oh.
dries, the little cup.
That would be, I think that might be Thanksgiving this year. That's so nice.
Oh my God, that is beautiful.
All right, now,
Oh my.
what's in our dress, Chef Patrick, what's in our dressing? Because I don't have that squeeze bottle at
You
home.
have the squeeze bottle. We gotta give you a squeeze bottle. Just like you said, I put
Put it on your
Worcestershire
Christmas
sauce.
list.
Yeah,
I put cheese, grated cheese.
yeah.
and I use
Lemon?
a little lemon, a little
Yeah.
mayonnaise, a little
Mayonnaise.
hot sauce. That's all you need. No mustard.
And that's his secret recipe.
Ah.
Yeah.
The bowl is just Parmesan or is
And there's
Parmesan
no
Reggiano?
fish?
You can eat it as everything is edible.
He takes it off.
Brown, ends of
This
brown.
is his secret.
Ends of brown.
Look at that.
Toothpick.
Toothpick is on the stick, is that it?
So, yeah.
So there's something
Look at
like
that.
that.
Oh my God. And he puts it, and he needed a cool plate, which he didn't have the second time.
Yeah, you need a
Yeah,
cold
but
thing.
even
It
now-
has to be cold.
Tradition. They would use butter instead of olive oil. That's one of the big divides in Europe, just so you know. If you're in northern France, it's butter. If you're in Provence, it's olive oil. If you're in northern Italy, it's butter. If you're in southern Italy, it's olive oil. Huge divide. Yeah, it is. All right, now he's got his, look at it, just like a chef. Oh, he's got that cool spoon. Oh my God, that's
You want it melted before you put it in
Yes.
the hot pan?
Yes.
Oh, you melt it before you put it in the hot pan.
So you're taking some,
A nice,
one more thing, in the heavy cream.
You got the peppercorn?
Hell.
You got it?
You want, this is a 4-ounce cut medallion.
Very nicely
a
marbled.
petit filet, nicely marbled.
Yes.
And this is my, you use, in your home you can use kosher salt or black pepper. But this is Chef Patrick's creation. It's a combination. This was our favorite signature.
I know what it
Oh,
is.
look, and see, he put it on, and he's gonna sear it, right?
You want to leave this like 45 seconds to a minute on each side. If you want to just get the little crushed part going on.
So that's in the unsalted butter?
Yes.
Okay.
You can use salted butter if you want, but
No,
But
You
see,
put-
he has that heavy mix, yeah. he wants to-
That's it, a minute on each side?
You're paying attention, Jennifer, Antonio looks happy.
so what you do is you want a minute on each side, but if you really want it like a medium well, medium, you still do it one side, 45 seconds, 30 seconds on the other side. Then you take that out and you put it in the oven if you want it more.
Oh,
So I'll show you that as we go.
Now, are you gonna keep this for rare, medium
Yes.
rare, how are you gonna do it?
Yes, I'm gonna show you how to.
Okay.
oh, so the oven will, and the oven won't dry it out?
You don't want to dry it out. Because you're gonna do it at 350 and you want it for maybe 7 minutes. That's what, yes. So it won't, here I did just when I say rare, because it's on the display, it's really rare. It's like 120, if you put your thing inside, it'd be 120 inside right now. So you want that down,
It's moving.
yeah,
So it rests good now.
yes. So what I'm doing now, you keep that nice stuff in there, because that's all that flavor, you want that flavor to stay in there.
So what do you put in?
So what I'm doing now is just shallots.
Bermuda onion? Oh,
This is
shallots?
shallots.
So that is
These are
not a
shallots.
plastic then.
Then you're taking
you
your little,
call
Those
on
are
here.
shallots?
Shallots?
He wants a little garlic. You gotta have garlic.
You know, we don't all have sous chefs.
Yeah. All that nice, that's all that flavor.
Oh, the sous chef, his name is your husband.
Then you're taking your cognac or brandy.
Oh, this is how he's gonna flambe it now. Because that-
Oh, they,
Hey,
call the fire department.
Todd's gonna be here from the fire department, one more of those.
A little beef stock.
I told him you got beef stock there.
Beef stock.
That's what he had in that one.
Taking just a little dapper
Worcestershire
Worcestershire.
sauce.
That's
What a recipe.
That Italian mix.
You want some nice grapefruit pine mustard. Get that going there. Then you take your mushrooms that you want. You want like bud mushrooms. You want it like halfway here.
We're gonna chop that mushroom. If I did that, my fingers would go with it.
That's just the way I chop.
No?
So now what you do is you're taking your little heavy cream.
Oh.
That's a change.
Oh, the doc is
That's
so
a
not gonna like
game
that.
changer.
Yeah.
Now what you're doing, you're taking your steak, you're putting it back in there.
Now you
That
just
stuff.
think,
Look.
And that.
it smells
Doesn't it
great.
smell
I
great?
agree.
All right, so
Antonio,
that's
I
the
agree.
Diane. I was gonna
That
Google
look
it,
pretty,
but I
like you just already.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
Come on, I got several of those at my
But
house.
he uses it so
Nice hair.
masterfully.
Here, nice and pretty here.
Oh, it's got heart. I always say, it's not haricots verts, it's haricot vert. Haricot vert.
You want a nice thick glaze to it.
That's a nice dish. And now look at how nice
Oh,
that
look
sauce
at the sauce, how it
reduced.
reduces.
The sauce. So if I'm gonna do something like that, I should not use a non-stick pan. I should use.
You can use a non-stick pan. You won't hurt you
Or
on
I'm gonna use
that.
a plastic spoon.
Yeah.
Patrick, are we fired?
Yes.
See how he did it, but he wanted to get
I'm very interested. Am I too?
the ability Singapore. So he and I thought about it, and I said, I know, it's banana all'italiana. So he's gonna change the liqueurs that he flambés the bananas with, so that it has more of an Italian flavor, okay? But again, he's the expert of flambe, so he will be making for us the banana all'italiana.